time have lived their lives with the intention of being granted access to some grand utopia or paradise beyond the stars. Heaven has taken various forms across the many mythologies of the world, some more fantastical or mystical than others. We're looking beyond the mortal plane in this archive to discover and contemplate the top 10 mythical versions of heaven. If you love world mythologies, then you may want to give that subscribe button a little nudge and click the bell to be notified of our next mythological archive.
Number 10. Gan Eden. In Jewish tradition, Gan Eden is one of the many versions of the afterlife, first appearing in the book of Genesis as the land where God placed all of humanity after its creation. You may know it better as the Garden of Eden. The higher Gan Eden is said to be a celestial place, compared to the more terrestrial and physical lower Gan Eden that serves as a final stop for the cleansed souls of those of Jewish and non-Jewish faith. Also known as the Garden of Righteousness, Jewish eschatology portrays Gan Eden as a place where the virtuous will walk and dance with God. Number 9. Valhalla. One Norse depiction of heaven is thought to be a great hall in Asgard that only warriors who die in battle will be privy to. Watched over by the greater Norse god, Odin, Valhalla provides the Viking warriors that are given access to it the Einherjar, with a life filled with massive and endless feasts, battles without consequence, and the attention of maidens known as Valkyries. Warriors are chosen by Odin to enter Valhalla in order to recruit them in the battle with the wolf Fenrir during Ragnarok, a war that neither Odin nor the Einherjar are intended to survive. Number 8. Vaikuntha. Home to Lord Vishnu, a greater deity of Hinduism, Vaikuntha is an exclusive oasis open only to Lord Hari, Sri Lakshmi, and souls that have been emancipated from ignorance. Lucky souls that are given access to Vaikuntha enjoy an eternity of happiness and bliss, all within the company of Lord Vishnu. Those living in Vaikuntha are stripped of their material forms and are instead depicted visions similar to that of Vishnu, also known as Narayana. Number 7. Jannah. If you follow the Islamic faith, chances are you live your life with the intention of entering Jannah at the end. After one's death, it's believed that they await their resurrection on Yawm al-Qiyamah, or Judgment Day. If granted entry into Jannah, a person is met with whatever they longed for during their mortal life. At the highest level of this paradise, Firdaus, the most loyal followers of Islam and highly pious individuals will reside. According to texts like the Quran, paradise is marked with gorgeous women, an abundance of delicious food, and ever-flowing streams of water. Number 6. The Otherworld. Often described as a supernatural world of unusual beings and Celtic deities, there are those that believe the magnificent lands of the Otherworld was also the Celtic version of heaven. It's said that the rules of the mortal plane do not apply to the Otherworld as time passes much slower, allowing those that live there to remain eternally youthful. It's said to be a place for mystical heroes who reach it either through burial mounds or by being invited by a woman of the Otherworld through the offering of a silver apple branch, apple, or ball of thread. Number 5. Nirvana. Buddhists may have had one of the more unique concepts of heaven, as they believed theirs, known as Nirvana, wasn't a place, but rather a state of existence. To reach Nirvana, a person underwent a rebirth of their karma, which would alleviate them of their stresses and unhappiness. The concept of Nirvana as a place for the soul to be cleansed is said to stem from the lack of proper language to describe the state of being, making it much easier to detail it as a location free from worries one goes to after they die and are reborn anew. Number 4. The 13 Heavens. According to the beliefs of the Aztecs, heaven wasn't just one place where pious and good people gather once they pass away or are cleansed of their sins. Instead, the Mesoamerican culture considered there to be 13 different heavens, the lowest of which encompassing the Earth's atmosphere and the orbit in which the Moon traveled. Each subsequent level distanced itself further from the planet, stretching beyond the stars to a mystical place thought to encompass the final two levels, where the dual supreme deity was said to reside. Up until about the seventh level, in which lesser gods resided, the Aztec heavens consisted of the solar system and surrounding galaxies. Number 3. Sekhet-Aaru. Always a fascinating belief system, ancient Egyptian lore believed their heavenly oasis was a reed field ruled over by Osiris. Access to Sekhet-Aaru required one's heart to balance a scale with a feather within the realm of the dead. If the scale remained balanced, the soul was considered pure and the person could start the journey to Aaru. The quest to the Egyptian paradise was a difficult one, met with demons intent on blocking the path. Those that succeeded in passing each demon were welcomed into a massive reed field where they would live for eternity. Number 2. Elysium. Unlike other versions of heaven, which were open to the souls of the righteous, the Grecian depiction of heaven, known as Elysium, was initially reserved solely for epic heroes and mortals that were related to the gods. In later texts, the guest list expanded to include the virtuous, heroic, and anyone chosen by the gods. Within Elysium, an eternal life of happiness and good blessings awaited. How Elysium was portrayed changed over time, with some believing it to be a series of islands found at the end of the earth, or a vast field by the stream of Okeanos on the edge of the world. Number 1. Paradise. It's believed that the concepts of heaven, hell, and a person's final judgment stemmed from the beliefs of Zoroastrianism. Within one of the world's oldest religions resides a place known only as Paradise, an early incarnation of heaven and a place of pleasantries and comforts basked within the radiance of God. To reach paradise, after a person dies and their soul is trapped for 3 days, they're brought before the Bridge of Judgment, otherwise known as Chinawad or Chinavat Bridge, where their karmic deeds are considered. Souls deemed good are granted entry into paradise. If you found our video heavenly, click that like button and leave us a comment with your ideas of what awaits us at the end of the road.